Hello everyone, FlyOver here, and welcome to the first of hopefully many videos. Well, I was actually inspired to start this world tour. Actually, it won't be a world tour. Let me explain a little bit. I live in Malaysia, but I'm originally from Croatia. So I actually come to idea to take this Piper Turbo Aero 3 and fly from the city where I live in Ipoh in Malaysia all the way to Croatia to Osijek, where I'm originally from. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, and I was inspired to do this by one famous YouTuber. You probably know about him. His name is Clumsy Geek. He's actually my neighbor here from Singapore, but we never met. But he is awesome YouTuber. I really like to watch his videos, and actually he inspired me to start this tour, right? So let's not delay too much, because there is a long flight in front of us. I plan to fly from Ipoh to Langkawi for the first leg. Then from Langkawi we're gonna see in the next video, but for this video just Ipoh to Langkawi. But we will fly over Penang airport, so we will be able to see a little bit of scenery and everything, and our flight altitude will be 4,500 feet, which is not too high, just enough to cross those mountains around. And yeah, that's it. Let's just jump into the cockpit and let's start preparing our aircraft. Very important thing, let me just remove chocks and tie downs. We can close the door, lock them. Okay, seems like we are good to go, and we don't need anymore this tablet, I believe. Yeah, we don't need it. Okay, so I have no GPS. So no GPS, old-fashioned navigation, VOR to VOR, everything, watching all these needles and instruments here in cockpit. We will try to navigate through all those countries and all the way to Croatia. Hopefully everything will be okay. This aircraft is equipped with autopilot, and I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna definitely use it, because it is very difficult to hold with your hands all that flight. So I'm gonna use the autopilot, and also it has a hidden feature of altitude hold. I'm gonna use that too, especially when I need to get up from the computer or something like that. So I'm gonna use it. That's all. Let's just prepare the aircraft. I'm actually very eager to get in the air, so I will not follow exactly the checklist today, but in the next video you can expect that I will follow the checklist and everything. But for now, let's just turn on battery, alternator, beacon. Let's check the fuel first. Check the fuel, but I believe we have 50% of fuel, which is more than enough. Okay, let's open the fuel valve. Now what we need to do is actually put the mixture to high and prime the engine. And as you can see, we have fuel flow here. The engine is primed, and it should start by just pick it up a bit to give a little bit of throttle. Okay, let's keep it around 1500 RPM, just to heat up while we prepping the other stuff. Okay, should on the navigation lights, anti-collision lights, pilot heat, landing lights later when we go on runway. Okay, also we need to on our walk. Let's turn on the radios. All right, this one. Let's turn on the DME GPS. This is sorta GPS. I'm not gonna use it. I'm not gonna turn it on, so we don't need it for this videos, definitely. And QNH on Ipoh airport is 1011. 1011. Let's set it up immediately. 1011. That will be something like this, and let's set it up over there too. 15, 10, 011, something like that. And also let's set up our navigation immediately. So first VOR we're gonna follow will be Ipoh VOR, which is here 117.3. So let's tune that 117.3, and as you can see we already catching that, and we will follow that VOR on radial from on radial 310 from the VOR. So radial 310. So this is 3, this is 305, this is 310, I believe. No, what am I talking? Here is 310. Easy to make mistake with all these numbers. Okay, 310. That is our radial we need to follow. But actually we're gonna follow that ROM, which means we're gonna follow from VOR in radial 310 to Penang VOR, which probably we can get already, but let's try to tune it. 116.2. Nope, but after we take off probably we will already get Penang VOR in range. So yeah, okay, that's it. I believe we can start seeing. Let's turn on the landing light and let's start taxiing to the runway. Runway is in that direction, so let's just start taxiing to the runway. Yeah, it's just behind our back. Okay, so let me just release the parking brake, and oh, before we do that, actually let me just do something, because I have my ACARS system here and I want that to follow my flight. Okay, let's lower down our throttle. We keep it around 1000. Oh, this guy with pushback is here. Hopefully we won't hurt him. I should actually taxi on the other side, but it's okay. And there we go. I believe we have more than enough runway from here. We don't need to backtrack. We shouldn't backtrack. We have more than enough runway just from here, from this intersection. So that's what we're going to do. Just slow down a bit. Let's turn on our actually it was turned on. Okay. Let's just line up. We're going to take off without any flaps because we have plenty of runway in front of us, so we don't need any flaps for this. And I believe we can start. Let's push manifold pressure about 40 degrees, and I forget to close the window, but I cannot now. We're gonna close it later and it will be more silent than now. 60 knots, 70 knots, and I believe we can slowly take off. Alright, let's pitch for like 100 knots. Oh, there is windy a bit. It's pulling me aside, but it's okay. And I believe we can start our turn to the right. We just passed 1000 feet, which is good. And I'm gonna set up angle of 45 degrees in relation to our course, just to intercept it properly. And meanwhile, we can actually already start our autopilot on the heading. And but I'm still controlling the altitude, of course. We are now past 2000 feet, 2500. And let's just climb with the speed of 100 knots. 90 to 100 is just fine. We are already clear to pass those mountains around Ipoh, which is good. 3000 feet. Just turn off this blinking thing that is automatic landing gear down. You can off landing lights now. And also, oh, Look at that. We already passed our course. I didn't even watch. My mistake. Let's fix that now. It's totally my mistake. I was focusing on the altitude and on the mountains, and I didn't look at the HSI. Yeah, that is close enough, so we can just switch that autopilot to follow the VOR, and we are good to go. Alright, now we are actually past our designated altitude, so we need to go down a bit. Let's set up the altitude hold and let's pull back a little bit on the RPM, so like 23, 24. That is just fine. And also we can lower down our throttle to about 27 manifold pressure. That is the most comfortable cruise, and let me close that window. We will have more silent, no more fresh air for now. So yeah, that's it. We are on our course to the Penang VOR. Actually, if you can see, there is already active Nav2, so that means Penang VOR is already active, but I will wait until past those mountains to actually tune to it. Just switch that frequency up in Nav1. Meanwhile, we can enjoy in the beautiful view. Unfortunately, we didn't fly over the city of Ipoh, but next time I promise I will show you. It's really beautiful. But what you can see here is city of Kuala Kangsar. Let's go out a little bit. This is Kuala Kangsar. It's a river on the city. I was there and it's very beautiful, and you can take a ride of the boat along that river, and it's amazing. It's really amazing. After Kuala Kangsar, further there we're gonna pass Taiping. Not sure how much of Taiping we're gonna see, but let's try. We will see. As soon as we pass that mountain, actually just on the other side of the mountain, it will be Taiping. Everything looking good for now. Let me just put this stopwatch, so we know when to switch the fuel, because we should switch the fuel every 15 minutes. Let me just on the stopwatch, and we're gonna see that, hopefully, if I know where to look, right? Yeah. So we are on our way to the Penang. We will fly over the Penang airport and then we will change our course to 335 degrees from Penang or to Langkawi VOR, whatever. But that one when we get there. Yeah, not even halfway to Penang yet. Hopefully after we pass this mountain we will be able to see Taiping City. Nice weather, not many clouds. They are a little bit low, but not many. I was checking the weather and it say VFR for the both airports. Good. We could actually go a little bit more down just to lose that 100 feet to be exactly on 4,500, like this. That is better. We are good to go. My God, what a beautiful scenery. I'm huge fan. I mean, I fly since FS9, Microsoft Flight Simulator 9, then through Flight Simulator 10 or FSX, and then I was for a while on X-Plane and on P3D, but no one simulator, not either one of them impressed me like this one. With the scenery, I mean, you can literally find your house and everything, which is more than amazing, and you can see already city of Taiping coming out behind the mountain. City of Taiping, that means we are cleared all mountains, and maybe we can switch to the Penang VOR. So 116.2, and we are good. We will stay on the same course, and our next VOR will be Langkawi VOR, which is 114.1. 114.1. Let's just yeah, it's too far, of course. Of course it's too far. We have like 120 nautical miles to there, so it is a little bit far still to catch that one, but Penang we can already get. And also you can see that we are crabbing a little bit. That is because of the wind. We have wind that blowing from the right, so autopilot compensating for the wind and set up us in the certain angle related to the course, so we will actually stay because wind blowing on the right and actually pushing us to the left. Now we can see here we are 40.2 miles away from Penang airport, from Penang VOR. Now you can see city of Taiping down there. Beautiful, beautiful city of Taiping. Here is huge mountain. Here his ability of typing. Beautiful. Just beautiful. I think has a beautiful zoo. I was there. Well, I live nearby, so of course I was there. And now we don't have any more mountains until our destination. We will fly a little bit above the sea, above the ocean, and also here this is flat part of Malaysia along the coast. No more mountains. We can actually even go lower down, but we won't. We will stay on 4,500. I'm confused. 7 minutes. Think about fuel. Let me see what is our RPM. Everything is good. We can lean the mixture a bit. I mean, we don't have to do it on this low altitude, but let's do it. Let's save some fuel. We're searching for the peak in EGT, and there is a peak. There is a peak, and then we're gonna pull back a little bit, like 10 from the peak, and that will be, according to the books, that will be a proper mixture for economy. And if you can see here, now we have less than 10 gallons of fuel flow, which is amazing. We have super efficient flight today. That's cool. We will save some fuel, why not? Now we enter in clouds. We won't see much, but anyway, until we come to the Penang, I think nothing interesting will happen, so I think I will bring you back later, before we change the course. As you can see, we are still in the clouds. Actually, I mean, not exactly in the clouds, they come and go, but most of the time they are here on this altitude, and it makes difficult to see, but you can already see Penang Island in front of us, at least part of it. We are about 9 nautical miles from Penang VOR, and what we're gonna do now, when we come about 4 nautical miles, maybe 3, something like that, I'm gonna switch to heading mode and switch navigation to the Langkawi VOR, because we already catch it here, so we can already receive the signal from Langkawi VOR, and we're gonna switch to that one. Just waiting that we come closer to the Penang VOR, so we can have nice turn to the right. So just a few miles there, and we're gonna change that. How are we gonna do it? I am going to switch to heading mode, and then I will set up a radio and course, and then I'm gonna switch back to navigation mode, and it's gonna properly catch the course for us, establish the course for us, right? Like I said, we won't see much because we are in the clouds, but there is not many clouds, just there. Oh look, there is Penang Bridge, you can see one of them. There is two actually. You will see the other one later when we go on other direction. But you can see here there is Penang Bridge all the way across the sea to the Penang Island. Amazing, right? So yeah, and there is the second bridge. You can see it, but it will be better visible later, I believe, if no clouds. Let's see, we are 4.2 miles. Okay, we can switch to heading mode now, and let's switch to 114.1. That will be our Langkawi VOR, and we need to be on course of 335. So let's just go to the 335. Oops, that was heading, sorry, wrong. So 335 will be something about here, and then if I switch to the back to the navigation, it should establish for us 335. Let me just move that heading back to be sure that we are on 335. I believe we are. Actually, it's much easier to see it here. Yeah, this is 335. Okay. So we are good now. Just put our heading bug also on the same course, and autopilot will already establish the course when this line become even. So we are 72 miles away from the Langkawi, halfway, and if we look down, if no clouds, we could see the Penang airport. There is clouds, but we can see a little bit. There it is. We can see a little bit of Penang airport. Yeah, and I believe we won't see second bridge because it's really in the clouds. Beautiful actually when sky is not completely clear. I love it. It's so amazing. But like I said, we are still 70 miles away. It's a long flight, and let me brief you with the arrival there. Actually, I have a chart here. Let me bring the chart back. Okay, it's like this. This is Langkawi airport. We will come somewhere from this direction approximately, and we're gonna reach Langkawi VOR. From Langkawi VOR we will turn to the heading of 214, that is in this direction, until we fly 8.8 miles from Langkawi VOR. Then we're gonna turn heading 259 for 1 minute until we reach to this point where we need to make turn. Then after 1 minute we're gonna make our left turn into heading 079, and with that heading we should already intercept ILS. I mean, this is not chart for ILS, this is just procedure for approach, but I'm gonna use it to intercept ILS, because if we go for the real ILS procedure we need to have GPS for that. I mean, I can do it, but it's too much complicated, so that's why I will better go for this one, for this procedure. Just touch the VOR turn heading 214, left heading turn 14, fly 8.8 miles, turn 259, 1 minute, then turn 079 and intercept ILS. Very easy, very simple. Let me put that back. So that is our plan when we arrive to the Langkawi airport, but like I said, we are still 65 miles to go. So I think I'm gonna bring you when we are close to the airport and close to our procedure. By the way, you can see I already reset the timer and switched the fuel to the right tank. Now we're using the right tank fuel. Now we're using this one, have a little bit more, but after 15 minutes I'm gonna switch it back to the left one, and again and again and again. That's how it goes. Okay, so I think I will just fly and I will bring you back when something interesting happen or when we are close to our arrival. As you can see, we are now 17 miles away from Langkawi VOR. So what we're gonna do now, we should be at 4,200 feet at the VOR. So approximately 5 nautical miles before, I'm gonna start descending to 4,200, and then when we fly that course of 214 from the Langkawi VOR, we should descend to actually 2,100 feet, because that is declared by the approach, and also that is our ILS interception altitude. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna wait for a while and then we're gonna descend, but I actually bring you here because now it started to become interesting. It's not only sea, as you can see, there is many islands here around and it's beautiful, so I bring you back so you can see everything from the beginning. So we are on course to Langkawi VOR still. We will arrive, like I said, from the south approximately to Langkawi VOR, from the southeast, and we're gonna turn left heading of 214 from the Langkawi VOR. We're gonna fly 8.8, around 9 miles, and then we're gonna turn right heading 259, 1 minute, and then left heading 070 back, and we're gonna intercept ILS. That's my hope. We're gonna see. Well, 12 nautical miles from the VOR, and I believe we can already start our descent a little bit. Not fast, just slow and gentle descent. Maybe like 500 feet per minute or something like that. Very slow. I'm gonna bring it to like 4,000 feet and then going to stop there. But since we already started our descent, we should actually be in full prop and full mixture, but I'm gonna do that later a bit when we really start to descend. For now we are just actually decreasing our altitude to 4,000 feet and we are good like this. We can stop here. We can stop here and wait for another 9 miles to actually get to the VOR. Few miles before VOR, I'm gonna switch to heading mode. I'm going to actually, there is 6 minutes since I switched the fuel, so I can remove that now, so I have accessible yoke. Actually, airport is already here in front of us. You cannot see it because of this cloud, but actually airport is just over there. So what I'm going to do is put our airplane in the heading mode, and we're gonna fly in the heading, but I'm gonna turn off 2-1 and then 4. That will be 2-1-5. Let's say 2-1-4, something like this. It is very difficult to exactly precisely set that, but I would say that will be 2-1-4 approximately. So we are now in our heading mode, and we're gonna see when we start come close to the VOR. Actually, this line will start to align with this big line, big needle, and then we gonna know when we are on that course. However, I'm gonna start intercepting that course before it start aligning, somewhere around 3, maybe 2 nautical miles before VOR. I will do it with heading. I will set up our heading to like maybe 250 or 260, just to be on 45 degrees angle to our course, right? And you can see already airport is just over there. Just over there. We are 3 miles from actually Langkawi VOR. We are entering clouds again, but that will change as long as we lose our altitude soon. But let's wait until we are closer to the VOR, so we can change our heading. Not yet. Just a little bit more. And then we gonna fly about 9 miles to that direction. We can start already turning slowly. I said somewhere around 260 will do the job. Maybe even more, maybe 270. And needle is coming, so we can go and intercept. That was very fast. We are overshooting a little bit, but that is not a problem. Airplane is going to do the thing for us. Let me just adjust the heading to the... That was really fast. And what we can do now, mixture to full, props to full, and we're going to start descending. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna lower down the throttle to around 20 of manifold pressure, and we're gonna start losing our altitude until 2100 feet approximately. There we go. We are already on the course, almost. So let's descend around 800 feet per minute. We are already at 3700. let me just keep it around that number, around 800 feet per minute, something like that. .6 miles from the VOR, 4.8 miles. We are exactly on course, and that is good. So after that we will need a heading of 259, 24, 245, 25, 255, 259 will be something like this, I guess. 24, 25, 259, something like this. Yes, exactly. That will be our heading after approximately 9 miles from the VOR. So we're gonna switch to the heading and fly 1 minute. Let me just prepare the stopwatch. Reset. We are 7 miles away from the VOR now, and we are descending to 2,500 feet. We need to be at 2,100 feet, which is very, very soon. Let's wait. 8.8 miles. By the way, QNH, let's set up QNH. QNH is 1010 here on the Langkawi, and we can actually put altitude hold here. We are 9 mile. We can now switch to our heading, and we can tune already frequency of ILS, which will be 110 decimal 7, and also course of 034. So that is going to be, this is 030, 035, 034, something like this. Like I said, you cannot be exactly precise with that, but if this is 5, this is 4. Okay, that's it. We are completely set up for ILS. Did I start a stopwatch? I didn't, but approximately 1 minute, and we're gonna turn our heading of 070. That will be this one here. And again around 45 degrees in relation to the ILS course, of course. We don't even have to go that far. That is actually 1 minute is for the big airplanes. I believe we can already go and turn our heading to 079. So we have 779, that will be approximately here. Let's do it. And what we're gonna do now, I can pull one flaps down. We can lower the landing gear already to prepare for landing. Turn on the landing lights. We can remove the yoke now, so it's not on my way, and I believe we're gonna be soon on our ILS course. There you go. This is 079 heading. and we are actually waiting until this needle started to aligning. You can even lose a little bit more speed. We pull the flaps too. That's it. We are super slow now and ready for ILS. 70 miles per hour is just fine. And very soon we can expect that this needle will start to move any second now. Let's keep around 70 knots. Any second. You can watch this needle or either this needle. This other needle will be our glide slope. Let's see now. There you go. Let's switch to the localizer and intercept our course to the runway. We just set up heading 2. In case we have missed approach. We shouldn't have, but you never know, right? So somewhere there will be our runway. We have landing gear down, we have flaps full. We are ready for glide slope. Now we're waiting our glide slope to start moving down a bit. And it is moving slowly. So we are, at this moment, we are a little bit below the glide slope, but that's fine. When we intercept the glide slope, we're gonna go start to go down. There is a little bit of wind, as you can see. We are not fully aligned with the localizer, but hopefully we will be. Let me just start slowly descending with lower throttle. That's good. I just follow that glide slope slowly. We are almost aligned, but because of the wind we are compensating. We are still a little bit below of the glide slope, so I can actually pull it up a bit, just a notch. But we are good. This is perfect approach. There is a little bit of cloud in front of us, so that's why you can see, but hopefully after we pass this cloud you will be able to see clearly the airport. Hopefully. Yeah, everything looking good here. We can see the runway. Still a little bit below the glide slope, but that's fine. That's just fine. We don't have to be that precise because we have visual. It's no problem at all. Hopefully everything will be just fine. There you go. Now we are on a perfect glide slope. Now we are a little bit above the glide slope, so I'm gonna reduce the throttle just a touch. Now I'm not even touching the trim anymore, I'm just reducing the throttle to actually match the pitch, and we are good. Because with throttle actually you can adjust even more precise than with the trim. We are just good. How beautiful scenery is here. I love this island in front of airport and everything. It's really amazing. There is no puppy lights on the airport. Interesting. Maybe I'm missing something, I don't know. Or maybe I'm too far to see them yet. I cannot see. Is there any puppy lights there? I really cannot see. Oh, there is. There is. It should be, but they are somehow not visible much. It should be puppy lights here. I'm not sure though. It should be. I think we are just good to release the autopilot and fly on our own. Perfect. Yeah, just good. Let's taxi out from the runway, but we're gonna taxi out all the way at the end because there is the airport. It was very nice landing. I love it. We landed at the beginning of the runway, so we really have to taxi all the way down. Let's see if there is any... oh, there is few taxiways here, but that is fine. I'm gonna vacate all the way there at the end, or maybe on the next one. Yeah, here we can just vacate the runway. Now can start clear the airplane, lower down the flaps, turn off the landing light, turn off the squawk, and let's taxi to the gate slowly. I think I'm gonna park here in front of, or there. There is for the big airplanes actually, but yeah, we may go there. Why not? Anyway, there is nobody here, so we can park wherever we want. Can even park here. Number 8. That's it. It was perfect flight. Thank you very much for watching these videos, and yeah, that's it. See you in the next one, where we're gonna fly from Langkawi, probably somewhere in Thailand.